is Matthew Rivera, brother of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and today I am delighted to be here with
Cecilia Jones, a member of Epsilon, Omicron, Omega Chapter, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
So Cecilia, tell the people, why are we here today?
We are here for an awesome collaboration. This is our first year collaborating with Alpha Phi Alpha and Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Today we are bringing forth a spoken word revolution, poetry of a new generation. This is our first ever time collaborating to bring this forth, and I must say, these young people are so phenomenal. What are your thoughts?
I'm so excited to see them perform and do their spoken word poetry and some words coming from their heart and their hard work. And I'm so excited for this collaboration.
Absolutely. We definitely also should highlight our mentors who have worked with us to make this happen. Brother Abdul Rahman bin Muhammad, whose spoken word name is Mira, and also Hartford's very own Tracy Mind Evolution Caldwell, who's worked with the students to make sure that they come with the fire. So Cecilia, I hope the people are locked in and ready for a good treat.
Yes, let's get this started.
Your mind holds everything, all your secrets, thoughts, regrets, but sometimes they can get dangerous. You go into a random state of panic and everything starts to spin. Your thoughts rushing like a tsunami. The walls close in, it's suffocating. Your heart pounds as loud as a drum line. Tears swell in your eyes as you dare them to fall. Stage 1, anxiety.
Am I a broken minister? Am I a broken minister? I cannot be. My books are weighted in authority. I have taught myself to have a watchful eye to see the devil wherever he resides. I have made note that the devil is precise and marks of his presence as definite as stone. I know my commandments, all 10 by heart. I am in church on Sunday as a Christian must, but now I start to lose trust. I see through the lies and I know the heart of a good man. I see the private vengeance that has shed so much innocent blood. I defend with cries against this inhumanity, but their ears are of stone. How long have I followed such a corrupt way? How must I atone? I come to learn that the devil is not equipped with a pitchfork, red skin, and horns, but instead he wears a collar. While they bicker and holler, I come to console Christians that they may belie themselves. I defend the innocent with all that abideth in me. Am I a broken minister? I am no broken minister. Can't you see?
It's fine. No, I'm okay. Seriously. It's okay. I'm fine. I would tell you I'm ignoring my fidgeting fingers and my increased heart rate, or even the obvious signs I drop initiating my discomfort, that I have to stand up and walk across what feels like an 800-foot room with 44 eyes only on me, and that I have to ask my anxiety when I can speak because I'm silenced by my own intrusive thoughts telling me when I can speak up, because telling me everyone will hear my mess ups. But when you see me with my chin up. Little do you know it's a constant battle inside between sit back or speak up. But it's okay. I'm fine. I say that as I feel my breathing pattern change after seeing an officer. The same anxiety Kenneth Walker felt, as he probably thought, please don't hurt Brianna. When I hear those police sirens, I hear another black body screaming in pain, or another innocent black man locked up and put in chains. Keep your hood off, hands on the dashboard. I'm grabbing my ID. Never forget to keep them well informed. I dread encountering the figure in the blue uniform. But it's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. I constantly remind myself when I'm up at 12 a.m. stressing over homework. There never seems to be a break because it's all after hours of schoolwork and housework. But I guess it makes sense because this is all for my future, right? The stress, fatigue, bent curriculums, false history, late nights and early mornings are all going to help me, right? Understanding absolutely nothing except for that failing will make me a nobody in life doesn't stress me out one bit. Competing for a letter to determine my intelligence is what I now fancy. Asking for permission at the age of 16 is funny because it's preached I'm a young adult and I can be free, but yet still treated like I don't know my ABCs. It's okay though. I'm completely fine. I put my dress down over my thighs walking by an older white man. I recognize my curvy body, but I don't seem to be the only one who sees it. I think about the anxiousness that trickled down my spine when that man walked up and said, "Nice." My grandma used to have me change when going out in shorts. She understood that the same beautiful body my mama gave me is the same body that can be filing a report. Changing outfits is a close friend of mine. Did I ask for them? No. But I'm pretty used to it, so it's okay. I'm fine, I guess. I feel as though I have the same anxiousness as 6-year-old Ruby Bridges. She walked up to the steps with anxiety, with white escorts towering behind her and an angry white mob behind them. I go day to day with anxiety, angrily crowding me. Living in a country where the white race is superior and silences individuals is nothing new. Always having something to say but never being heard is something I always go through. My ideas being taken and claimed as one's own happens often, but I just have to make do. Living in such a broken system is draining, but surely nothing I'm not used to. Years of pain cannot be erased, so to that I just say, it's okay, I'm fine too. I want everyone to hear and understand my emotions and be able to be vulnerable and allow myself to be happy. I want to live in a country where my graceful melanin is not a crime and be able to hear what I please at any given time. I'm tired, apathetic, and praying it will all work out. Just praying to see a simple sign. But no, all these thoughts that are storming in my head, I will never tell you. So when you ask me to open up, I'll just say no. It's okay. I'm fine.
For a long time, you'd only need one line to describe me. From the very start, I had always been smart. Besides that, no variety. I had a one-track mind, eyes on the prize. I had to keep going, couldn't let it pass me by. Scholarships, colleges, all of that, I couldn't quit. Since that, I've changed. I'm no longer the same. Same academic output with other things on my brain. Other people would tell me to be a doctor or a lawyer or some other cliche job like that. They'd put me in a box, a metaphorical box, and I would have no say. Just nod and utter okay to the jobs for which I've grown a distaste. I play extracurriculars, jumper is ridiculous, I practice all the time and I'm trying to make it meticulous. But even in sport, my leash is cut short. You can't do books and play ball, that just doesn't work. I also do spelling, one of my callings. I've been practicing since 3rd grade and I keep developing. The patterns, the clues, I practice all the time, always trying to find the reason or rhyme. Though I passed the age which I'm able to compete, my career ended in a self-described defeat. Top 30 in the country, competed in DC. EXPERTISE is what you'd say to me. Even though I'm retired, I've never grown tired. I still strive to inspire to be linguistically higher. I now coach the younger generation, trying to make spelling their dedication, giving them my education as well as motivation. Because that is change, in a way. I'd say that change using your skills to make someone's day. Just helping a kid spell tachyon goes a long way. Like magic and ball, or tell it with the magic, inspiring others is definitely a benefit. The boy you taught to read could become the greatest author with a rich vocabulary and the metaphors unheard of. Like ripples on a pond, our actions compound. Even the smallest gesture can turn someone's day around. So lesson of the day, don't get in my way. Don't fit me in a mold, a preset role. Let me figure it out on my own. 4 more years and I'm grown. Take the chains off a child so a child can soar, because a child that soars can change the world.
On the night I was born, the rain was pouring, God was crying, lightning struck, power outage, sparks was flying. The real one's here, the young boy that walked with giants. At a young age, my mama told me, boy, don't stop trying. Classroom hit, reading and writing, I was constantly fighting. Felt like I was starting to fit the description of what white people were citing. Felt like I was in a cage, locked down for days, like my boy who moved to NYC for a better life. Got caught dealing weed, now he's doing life. Shout out to Mr. Parker, the only black teacher I ever had. Taught me all my rights, something I never knew I've always had. But it ain't all that bad. I get on my hands and knees and I pray, saying thank you God, he ain't make me no other kind of way. Best believe this black boy in America, he's gonna make it one day.
Although treated like an adjective, purple is personified, not to be defined by what it can do, rather what can be felt from within. Purple is the mother of your blessings, father of your manifestings, a sibling to creation and allows wisdom digesting. Where water flows, purple follows. When water ruffles, purple doesn't bother. Purple accepts water in any mode, but holds space for everything that grows. Where birds are nested at the top of that tree, making music that calls out to sea. A purple presence can be sensed, and only then will that moment become infinity. Purple grass, purple trees, purple leaves and purple bees and all other purple things, that's just me. What color would your world be?
So during my activist journey, I've faced so much. So I decided to take a break for my mental health and really just to decompress. But during this break, that's not what happened. So during the break, I'd get phone calls, like, you liberals, slurs, and worse. And my parents were really supportive and suggested I change my number. But I didn't think that was a good idea because whenever I'd block people, there'd always be more people with hate. So one night I was sleeping and my phone was blowing up, but I was still sleeping. I'm a heavy sleeper. And when I woke up in the morning, it was a group chat with 10 people and they were sending photos of KKK cross burnings at me. And the demographic of these people were 8th grade, middle school, white boys. And I feel like all the bullying and harassment I faced got in the way of my education because of the distractions and the overall harassment. But I still tried to persevere through it. And when I came back from my protesting break, I was walking across the crosswalk with one of my protesting partners, and my arm got hit, jostled by a car. And I remember being so shocked and so drained, and it felt like I was just standing there in shock forever because it's just so draining having to constantly fight for rights that should already be there. And it's really a lot. And it's not even, I thought originally that it was just kids my age or people my age, but it mostly happens from middle-aged 40-year-old men, which in my opinion is really weird because I'm 15. But I feel as if most of my community is not grateful for the changes that I made, because most of my community, the demographic of the people at my school are mostly white, and the changes, they don't really affect them. And I live in an extremely gentrified area, so it only affects people like me. And a lot of my classmates, they're affected by what their parents are saying and what their parents are teaching them. And they're teaching them to not accept everyone and to not be the best that they can be, which isn't good. It's so important to stick up for yourself and others when you're in a certain community, and definitely if it's definitely if it's a community where people who different ethnicities or sexualities or whoever they are, if they stand out from others, it's so important to stick up for them.
Some days I don't have the energy to deal with the problems in front of me. Obstacles seem impossible. A world there for me to conquer seems inconquerable. But chin up, shoulders back. I'm black, I don't have time for that. Move forward, here I come. My ancestors endowed me with a mind that refuses to succumb. New challenges, no, just new additions of old ones. Racism and prejudice, bigotry and malice. New contemplations for our generation, disguising the slave catchers in the form of police brutality is our reality. Black Lives Matter, but not to those in power. The penitentiary has replaced the cotton field. Are you really asking me how I feel? I'm just pursuing my dreams like king. I've been told that I need to be 3 times whatever the other people seem. Smart, strong, talented, resilient. You see, I don't have the luxury to be ambivalent. Deep inside resides a burning flame. Here, I'm here to be an agent of change. I have a singular focus, a purpose, a passion inside. You don't have to see it. I have a vision and have visualized. Compassion drives me forward, and hope provides perspective. I don't just desire a better future and just world, I expect it. I can't wait, imagine, chance, and believe. I need to conceive, to challenge, and achieve a better balance. No one will listen unless I am an active participant. I won't just raise my hand up. I will stand up and take action, convince others to join. Future generations will be my beneficiaries of the goals I am after, whether or not they know I am their benefactor. We lean heavily on those who came before, knowing that it is tough, it is made easier. Knowing it is enough to be a cog in the wheel, a link in the chain, the ink in the pen, an emboldened agent of change.
According to society standard, based on my numerical age, I am considered young. However, when I say young, I'm not referring to my age. I'm referring to my positive energy and my optimistic mindset. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. This particular Bible verse is near and dear to my heart because it has guided me through a clear path of righteousness. It has also loaned me with many opportunities of growth. So down a rabbit hole my mind goes. As I think in my heart, so then my heart has thoughts. If that's the case, in order for me to think positive thoughts, my heart must be pure and clean. And in order for my heart to be pure and clean, I had to purge the negativity from my past. Needless to say, this would definitely be an ongoing process, but I had to start the process. I began to purge the traumatic experience of my father being absent from my life. I began to purge the trauma of my mom being separated from me and my siblings beyond her control. I began to purge the negative words that I was told from my teachers in elementary school and middle school that I would never be somebody. In my 18 years of living, I experienced so many negative situations. However, I never allowed those experiences to stay rooted in my everyday life. However, I never allowed those experiences to stay tuned in my heart, primarily because I have made an effort to continue the work on the process of a clean heart. This is the process that will always afford me, regardless of my age, to be young, gifted, and strong.
Wow, wasn't that amazing? Nice poetry reading and words from your heart, from the greater heart for young adolescents. We are so proud of them. We are so happy to be with them this evening, and we'd like to thank you, Alpha Phi Alpha brother and Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, for being able to bring this event together for you.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so amazing to see how our young people express themselves. Some of them added in a bit of rhymes. Some of them just put the scripts down and said, you know what, I'm just going to speak from my heart. And during a time like this, with everything our nation is faced with, we are so grateful to work hand in hand, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, to give our youth a platform to speak from their heart. We also should shout out our videographer, Alonzo Beckett from NE Video. But thank you all again so much for staying tuned. Cecilia, it's been wonderful hosting with you on this afternoon. And we just hope everyone has a great rest of their day.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.